The Southern Cross flag, which flew over the rebellion at Eureka Stockade, is one of the most potent symbols of democracy in Australia. But in recent years, the flag has started to sag, with age taking its inevitable toll. Sounds familiar. But now, after a 5-figure facelift at the country's largest art conservation lab here in Adelaide, the Eureka flag is about to reach new heights. This flag once flew over rebellious Victorian miners. Now it's been raised by meticulous Adelaide menders, an event so important the Mayor of Ballarat was on hand.
This is the thing that they rallied around.
Well, I think it brings the whole story to life, having the actual flag. I mean, it's just amazing.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It is the Eureka flag. In 1854, it flew over miners as they battled troops, high taxes and petty officialdom in Victoria's goldfields. It's been 40 years since it's had any major work done on it, and for the past 8 months it's been in Adelaide for vital conservation work, a flag facelift.
Its greatest enemies? Oh, I guess it's, in a way, its popularity, because it needs to be on display all the time, and if something's on display, it needs to have light. So light is always a problem for textiles. It always causes damage.
Oh, as someone who was born in Ballarat and have seen the flag all my life in various stages of my own age, to see it now, restored and resplendent as it is just breathtaking.
This is the first time the Eureka flag has ever left Victoria. To ensure its safety, armed men accompanied it over the border, which is a bit like how the flag started out in life. Experts argue it was the only armed rebellion in Australian history. It was a failure. But like that other great military failure at Gallipoli, former Victorian Premier Steve Bracks says Eureka was crucial to the making of modern Australia.
It was our equivalent of the public standing up for democracy. No taxation without representation was the cry in the goldfields, but it was a significant event, really, and no coincidence, really, when you think that 2 years after that, the Victoria, for the first time, had the right to vote.
Imagine being at the monster meeting whereby you had a flagpole hewn from an old bush tree and the flag flying so proudly and so boldly for that great number of miners to rally thereunder.
After the battle, the flag was ripped down by a trooper. It was kept by his family and given to the Ballarat Council in the 1900s. 40% of the flag is now missing, most of it souvenired over the years. Despite knowing where many bits are, conservator Kristen Phillips says it was decided not to reunite them with the flag.
To get them back into location, we'd be guessing where they went, and they will aesthetically look quite strange. And also, I think it's about the history of the flag. It has been souvenired for whatever reasons, and I think we should kind of not try and hide that. It is what it is, and make the best with what's left.
And that's where the real work started. Some of it forensic, trying to find out what types of materials were used where.
You had to be like a flag detective.
And some of it just repetitive.
We did about 300 hours of stitching to finish it. So yeah, that was definitely the biggest component of the job.
She is a darn good darter. And what I've seen is the professionalism, the care and attention that has gone into every single stitch.
It's generally accepted that the flag marks the first use of the Southern Cross design. But just who made it, though, is lost to history.
Well, I'd like to think women, because it is beautifully stitched. And it's nice to think that women made it and women have been fixing it, but I don't know for sure.
It would have taken a lot of work to do it, do you think, originally?
Yeah, it would have certainly, maybe not as long as the 300 hours of conservation stitching, but certainly it would have taken some weeks to do. And let's face it, they would have been working in completely different conditions. I've got fabulous lights, a big table, support, tea breaks, coffee breaks. They would have been squeezed into small buildings or tents and made it with a small table with a lot less light. It would have been a very difficult thing to do.
The flag obviously will never fly again, but there's some small consolation. After being stitched to a new woolen backing cloth, the flag is now suspended on a super strong, lightweight frame, made from the same aluminium honeycomb used to build aircraft. Soon it will go back to Ballarat and it's hoped the new Eureka Centre, where patron Steve Bracks believes the original flag of the Southern Cross will continue to inspire.
Well, I think it's a symbol of something that's bigger, and that is democracy, participation in the affairs of the community in which you live, and standing up for your rights.